The safest lithium battery is the lithium iron phosphate battery. Today, we will use this battery to assemble a lithium battery that can run 300 kilometers on an electric vehicle. This is 20 lithium iron phosphate batteries with 100 ampere hours that we have prepared. After assembly, this battery pack is a 60-volt 100 ampere hour battery pack. Next, let's measure the internal resistance and voltage of this battery cell to see if there are any unqualified 0.35 milliamps. The voltage is 2.97 volts, and the second one has an internal resistance of 0.35 milliamps and a voltage of 2.96 volts. The internal resistance is 0.35 milliamps and a voltage of 2.97 volts. Alright, after our measurement, our internal resistance is around 0.35 milliamps. The internal resistance is not very small, and the voltage is around 2.97 volts. The consistency of this is not good. Now we need to start assembling. Let's talk about the arrangement of this battery. The beige one here is the negative pole, and the black one is the positive pole. If we use this as the total negative pole, then, so our bottom, a battery should be placed in the opposite direction, so that negative positive, negative positive, negative positive, and negative are arranged in this way. In addition, we also add a reduction plate in between every two batteries for insulation. We apply double-sided adhesive to the reduction plate, which is already clamped. Next, we will fix it with fiber tape. Next, we will attach a reduction plate to the bottom and all sides of the battery. And first measure the size. $35,482.5. Let's go cut it. The insulation is ready. Next, we will go find the battery box. This is the battery box we have prepared. Next, we will do some cushioning and seismic resistance treatment for the battery box. Alright, let's put the battery into the battery box. Here is the nickel-plated copper plate we prepared. Let's connect it. Here is the main negative electrode, so we need to connect these two together. And so on. This is our total negative electrode. This is our total positive electrode. We want to keep our total positive and total negative farther apart. We have chosen to use copper wire to connect here. This is a 20-string lithium-ion protection board that we have prepared. This protection board is software, can be temperature controlled, can be connected to mobile phones, now, and can be connected to GPS. We need to connect the ribbon cable to this battery pack. In order to facilitate the connection, we have added a terminal head to each terminal of the ribbon cable. Connect the second wire, which is the red ribbon cable, to the connection point between the positive and negative terminals of the first string. As for the wire, we have already connected it. Next, we will tidy it up. We have already organized the wiring and used a wiring detector to check the welding sequence of the wiring. You can take a look and the sequence is correct. Next, we will fix the temperature control probe tightly against the battery. This way, when the battery temperature is too high, the thin plate will detect the temperature of the battery, cut off the power, and stop charging and discharging. Insert the ribbon cable temperature control Bluetooth module into the thin plate, and let's measure whether the function of the treasure board is normal. Insert the ribbon cable and temperature control Bluetooth. Now let's activate the treasure protection handle, and connect the Bluetooth module with your phone to check the data of the TV group. You can take a look. There is a small activation button here. Press and hold for 3 seconds to activate the treasure board. Alright, you can take a look. Now, this phone already has the serial number of the Bluetooth module. Then, we click to connect, and the connection is successful. You can take a look. Both the charging and discharging pumps are turned on, with a total voltage of 59.4 volts. Here, there are 20 strings, each with a voltage of around 2.95 volts and a pressure difference of 34 millivolts. Now, there is no problem with the thin plate. Let's make the final connection part by connecting the negative electrode of the cup to the total negative electrode of the battery pack, fixing the Bluetooth module, and also fixing the ribbon cable. Let's solder the terminals of the charging port and the discharge port together. As for the terminal head, we have soldered it together and connected the negative terminals of the charging and discharging ports to the P-negative terminal of the protection board. Since this protection board is of the same port, its charging and discharging are of the same port. Connect both the positive terminals of the charging and discharging ports to the total positive terminal of the battery pack. Here is a cover of one of our battery boxes, and we have added a power display board at this location. This power display board does not calculate the power based on the open circuit voltage of the battery, but calculates the remaining power of the battery based on the integration algorithm of 1 ampere-hour of the thin plate. This calculation is quite accurate. Next, we will make the final connection. We plug the wires of the power board on the thin plate into the power board. Insert the key of this output terminal into the interface of the output terminal. The charging end cable is plugged into the charging end interface. So far, our connection part has been connected. Alright, we have finished singing. With this assembly, the electric car can run some by kilometers, and it can also be connected to a mobile phone. It also has a set of lithium batteries with temperature detection and battery level display. We have done a good job of praising and following, and continue to bring you high-quality lithium battery videos.